What's up, guys? Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're doing good. Today, we are continuing on with our nice, cozy, and casual Valheim playthrough. As most people watching the channel probably know, that although we do make lots of content on the YouTube channel, like guides and news and stuff, that sort of for everybody, for casual Valheim enjoyers. When it comes to the live stream and stuff, I typically only really stream speedruns and challenges. And recently, just felt like just chilling, playing Valheim, and yeah, we started this series, just relaxing, having a good time. Yeah, just doing cozy Valheim sessions, and I've been really enjoying it. Chat seems to have really been enjoying it. Had lots of positive feedback about it, so we're just carrying on with this playthrough with a nice relaxing time. What's up, Macon? Just a chill dude playing Valheim. Exactly. It's stopping by the stream, guys. What's up, Bev? Right, let me just check the stream's looking good everywhere. So all live on Twitch and YouTube at the same time, so it's like to double check. Stream is up. Looking good. Looks good there. I want to get into farming on this playthrough. So I think we might try and set up some farms today. Some proper farms instead of just this little scuffed one in the corner. Maybe even do some taming. Okay. My Twitch channel, when I went to the page, said I was live, but there was no stream there. Glad you're doing good, Bev. Thanks for stopping by. What's up, Terrier? Alright, everything looks good. Alright, let's crack on then. Let's get into it. Yeah, so I'm starting a little later today. So I don't know if we'll stream as late, as long. We're just going to play it by ear and see how we feel. Might be a little shorter of a stream. And this is also going to be our last stream before Christmas. So, Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope everyone's going to have a good time for Christmas. My Christmas celebrations with family and stuff start like this week, and I have a few, you know, pieces of work I need to get done in the meantime, so. Oh, I forgot we collected this. What bosses have I defeated in this series so far? The first 3 bosses. I usually have 7 and 8 mapped to my side buttons here for Valheim. I was missing that just then. Yeah, we've done the first 3 bosses so far. Thank you, Bevo. Merry Christmas. Right, I remember what we were going to do now. We were going to bring a shipment of iron back to base from the swamp that we have a portal to. Because I do want to extend the base and I want it to have an iron cooking station. You have map and re-equip what? See, sign button's nice. Yeah, I always have a button that I always have my hammer on a side button from the speedrun. Because the hammer doesn't have an animation when you equip and unequip it. So you can instantly unequip stuff and get that movement buff. Well, not movement buff, but get rid of the movement debuff of whatever items you're using. And then like just whatever my primary weapon is. Hey, where's my other? That's really honestly the one that aside from remapping the build menu so I can actually dodge roll with the hammer out. Just having something for the hammer and the main weapon is probably the only binds I really can't live without. I do have other stuff on my keyboard as well that I use for the speedrun. What can sort of cope without them, which is just oh. Whoa. So foggy. This is the new raid. We have perfect weapon for it. This is such a good raid. Am I just getting robbed here? Not getting any chains? Oh, there we go. There we go, finally. But it's funny because we just went to a swamp to loot some chains. Even though we got it instantly. We wouldn't have even had to do it. It is a new raid, yeah. It came with the Bog Witch update. It's actually very cool. It's just ghosts and wraiths. Cool. Huh? So rare to see a ghost in daylight like that. He looks so purple when you actually see it well lit. There we go. Yeah, let's head to the swamp and get a boat set up there. Guess we just go to the west coast. Yeah, so it might end up being a short stream tonight. I'm not sure. But don't matter, does it? We just game whilst we can game. Feel like they're missing a trick with the Wraith trophy. Feels like they could make some sort of cape out of it. Oh, that's interesting. Lower something like aggro distance. That's interesting. That could be cool. I just don't care about tanking damage today. Should be fine. Just need wood for a workbench. Alright. It's not really parked in the best spot, but I'm not filling this with iron, but we'll bring a good amount of iron. I think trophies overall a little underused, so I might say version pointless. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Is this one we've not even been to, I think? Oh, I didn't mark where the boat is, but... Oops. It's holding down W. Don't matter, because there's exits somewhere like that. It's all fine until you want to disable it to target. Well, I don't even really call that a major usage, to be honest, mate. But yeah, it's true. That is an actual usage. There's a literal usage for it. I'm not sure if it's really major though, because it's a ton of ways you can build a base that's pretty safe without ballistas. Raids still aren't really too much of a big deal. They definitely help, and it is a good use of them. Kind of major in the place I used to build. Okay, cool, mate. Yeah, this got some spilling out. I'll just take the stuff back now. So is everyone excited for the Deep North? I definitely am. I gotta say, I wasn't super excited about the update until they confirmed that it is going to be 1.0. And that raises my excitement level a ton. just really want to see what the ending of the game actually is going to be like. I don't even remember which one we're doing, to be honest, but it doesn't really matter because there's stuff in every one of them. We've not emptied them. I don't need that much iron at the minute. It's taken a little bit back. Heard rumors it wouldn't have a boss. That's super dumb. Yeah, it's not just a biome update. It is actually the official 1.0 patch of the game where it'll leave early access and get an actual ending. So oh, it's based on lore. Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, sometimes I guess it's easy to like read into things a little too much sometimes, isn't there, when they're stuff like that. Maybe it's the boss but not Forsaken. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm kind of hoping there might be more than one new boss, because there is absolutely no reason to believe this to be true. And it probably won't happen. But I'll tell you where this idea is inspired by, where this hope is inspired by. It's a game called Tribes of Midgard that is also based on Norse mythology in an indie game from a studio in Sweden. And it's a really good like roguelike type game. It's sort of like if Valheim was a roguelike. And I used to play that a lot, right? And in that game, where you spawn, there is like a temple made up of standing stones. What's up, Asmo? Thanks for stopping by. Just like in Valheim, right? And there's big bosses that are these big characters from Norse mythology out in the map that you have to get to, and as you defeat them, the bosses in the middle kind of light up in a similar way, and they also sort of represent different locations on the map, like in Valheim, like sort of different biomes, right? But in Tribes of Midgard, you're obviously not in Valheim, because Valheim's kind of made up. You're in Midgard. And what happens when you defeat all of the bosses is a portal opens at the temple, and it teleports you to Valhalla. And you actually do like the final boss fight in Valhalla, because it's been like overrun. And Loki's all involved, playing tricks. Now, I'm not saying that necessarily needs to or should happen. But I am saying it would be super cool if when you do all of the biomes in Valheim, trigger some kind of like epic event where you maybe get to go to a different dimension or something like that for the end game. It is very dark in the swamp at night, isn't it? But then again, my brightness is turned down again. But whatever, I can live with it. It's funny, I haven't, I don't know if anyone else watches this YouTuber. But there's a YouTuber that I was like obsessed with for a long time that I haven't really watched much of for a while. I should get back into it actually. But the YouTuber Vati Vidya, he makes Souls videos, like for all the Souls games and Elden Ring and stuff. And one of the main types of videos he makes are we're heading back, so we'll take these others. Are lore videos, just sort of explaining the lore that's sort of hidden in the game, because obviously in those games it doesn't really tell you explicitly. And at one point in time, I was feeling really inspired, and I made a video sort of inspired by that about Valheim. And what the idea for the video was, it was slightly different, because I never just straight up copy people on YouTube. The idea was, it was something like everything about the big tree in the sky or something like that, the video is called. And the premise of the video was to sort of do a little bit of myth busting, because the game was obviously new at the time and people had all of these ideas about the tree and what it means and where it leads. And so I did all kinds of crazy, weird, glitchy experiments in the game to do with the tree, to see what happens when you follow it. And I don't just mean sailing off the end. I mean going like way beyond the edge of the map and everything. It's kind of interesting. But as part of that video, I also did a bunch of research into Norse mythology behind like what Yggdrasil actually means in Norse mythology, and like its role, and all kinds of just general you know, real Norse history and lore and stuff. And I really enjoyed making that video. It's looking like we might have to rebuild this fence when we come back. But yeah, I've always thought it'd be cool to make more lore videos at some point. One other idea I had actually to do with lore is I really enjoy doing sort of not dramatic readings, but semi-dramatic sort of like readings of like lore and stuff in games, because I've never done any like voiceover work or anything like that, but I do take recording voiceover for certain videos quite seriously, and I thought it would be cool to do a sort of a video that's sort of like just me reading every lore stone in Valheim for people that just kind of want to listen to it, kind of like an audiobook. That's quite a lot of gold we just got right there. What's up, Children? I guess we'll take this with us for now. Oh yeah, we need to do a repair. That's the main reason why we came back. So it is hauling iron at the start of today's stream, and then we'll probably get started on some farm related stuff. In fact, I may turn all of this into onions right now, just to have it going whilst we're hauling. Oh. That one's not done. Oh, there we go. This one not going to pop as well? Bro, they must be about to pop. Whatever. See, it was supposed to be like a cozy, relaxing, kind of vibey Valheim playthrough we're doing just to relax in preparation for the holidays. And I feel like a couple of the last streams have been a little bit more intense dealing with the mountains. Still pretty chill, but today's the real stuff. The real chill Valheim vibes. Should probably make some more potions, right? We need to gather some yellow mushrooms again. I may just go to... Dude, are we actually out? We're out of yellow mushrooms? We are. Well, guess we just... Well, let's leave it for now. We need to do... We just need to do a load of looting for... what the fuck was I gonna put in here? I don't remember. Oh, this. For potions. Potion mats. Still getting around it, really. Certain things we can farm, right? But oh, I forgot about this. I might make a better axe. I'm looking for planes in my playthrough. Is it better to sail or run? Well, if you're able to run there from your starter island, it's better to do that. I definitely, especially on your first playthrough, recommend fully exploring your starter island first. There's sort of no reason to not do that. But generally, it's likely you'll have to sail in order to find the planes. It's definitely possible that you can find one on your starter island and not have to do that. Doesn't matter though, really. No matter which way it shakes out, you're going to end up having to sail to a plains. Because even if you get lucky and you have a plains connected to your starter island and you can walk to it, which is definitely possible. Let's go to this up one over here, actually. Be even more insane RNG if your boss is actually there. And that's even possible. But even that doesn't matter, because even if it has the boss on it, in order to make like all of the stuff you're going to want to make with the mats from the plains, you're going to need more than one plains, so doesn't really matter either way. Definitely got the first swamp I went to, Boma Swamp, and I stumbled upon the Elder last night. Nice. I should probably fully explore my starter island too, because I haven't really mapped it out. But yeah, particularly if it's your first playthrough, I definitely recommend fully exploring the starter island. It's definitely worth just checking if you need to sail or not. Foggy, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Maverick Johns, you legend, mate. Thanks so much for supporting the content and helping keep the stream alive. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. And Merry Christmas. It's probably my last stream before Christmas Day, so. Merry Christmas. Thank you, mate. It is definitely a good way to get honey. Sometimes there's a scrap pile at the top of those stairs, and sometimes there isn't. I'll tell you one weird little thing that Jonathan at Iron Gate, I think it was Jonathan that teased this. He teased some sort of tweaks to the random generation of burial chambers. Pretty curious as to what that'll end up like. You are the absolute legend here. Your guys are great. Thank you for doing them. Oh, thanks so much, Maverick. That's very nice to say, mate. You're very welcome. Thanks for watching them. I'm really happy that people are still liking the guides. I've always made guides. I'm a big fan of guides on the internet in general. Just, I know not a lot of people are necessarily passionate about making guides, but I am. And I think some people... I love making the weird challenge videos and stuff as well, but I like doing both. But I think there's some people that seem to think that I built the channel on like speedrun and challenge content alone, but actually it's mostly all of the guide enjoyers that have supported me, that have got us this far. I really appreciate that. I'm actually in the middle of a mountains I'm continuing on the Valheim Beginner's Guide series for the mountain guide. I've been working on it for quite a while, but you know, other projects have just been a little bit more time sensitive. I'm working on that at the minute. Hope to have that out before the end of the year. Ideally before the end of the week, but we'll see. Yeah, I spend like an inordinate amount of time watching guide content for all different kinds of things. I just like learning how to do stuff. I think we're just going to leave it at that now for iron, honestly. Like, we really don't need a lot of iron for a minute. So... Like, we literally just wanted to make an iron cooking station. It's the only reason we're doing this. But it's like, there's no point in just bringing a few iron ingots back. We might as well, you know, bring a lot more than just that. Yeah, there's plenty for now. This whole playthrough is not about me, like... In fact, it's... Not only is it not about me not being, like, meta or being, like, mega efficient all the time. or doing like crazy stuff. It is actually quite the opposite in that it's about me, for once, not worrying about all of this kind of stuff, because usually when we do streams, it is about, you know, what's optimal or how to accomplish a certain challenge or something. I'm really enjoying just chilling. Oh, by the way, I was meaning to ask. I saw a video from a few days ago that I've not watched it yet, but it showed up in my recommended feed literally just before I started the stream. Of Carnage saying that he's making a game. Does anyone know anything about that? And like what the game looks like and if it seems any good or anything? I don't know if Co actually is like a game developer or anything. I would assume he's got like a whole team because the guy's probably like loaded that's helping him make that game, but I'm just guessing. But I do think, like, obviously I'm making a game, but it's a little bit different because the only real job I ever really had was being a game developer, if you can call that a real job. I mean, I guess that's not true. I do like shit minimum wage jobs, just washing dishes and that, but I do think that it's going to become, by the way, this basically, is this the first Leviathan we've found? We have to loot it. I do think it is going to become more and more of a trend to see content creators making games, and I hope more of a trend of like people that are actually game developers becoming content creators and making a game, as opposed to, you know, it's just paid for by a random millionaire that happens to be a content creator, which is, you know, not necessarily an improvement on the current situation, but it could be with the right team. But I do kind of think the future of indie games is going to be like the indie game dev is just known as a content creator who probably has made content about making his game. Well, let's mark this as well. Because, yeah, I really think that actually it's not going to be easy for people to do it. But sort of, I think it could be the best thing for the work for indie developers to, you know, literally be able to hopefully build an audience of the game just on YouTube and stuff. And just sell to them directly. So, because I love video games so much that I've basically dedicated my life to making content about them and making them. But in many ways, I sort of hate the industry and the sort of state of the industry. But there's like lots of things about the current state of the world that are actually like amazing for the world of video games as well. And I do really feel that what would hypothetically be so great about indie devs just having their own audience on social media platforms is like, it's going to allow that, like, we're going to cut out absolutely all of the corporate bullshit. You're just going to go straight from the creators to the people. Because the problem is right now, there's so many great indie devs out there making great games. There's mostly shit games, but lots of great games. But like, they can't find their audience, right? And there's sort of a couple of different solutions to it. And two of the main ones are like, they either hire a marketing agency and there isn't a single good marketing agency on the planet in my experience, having worked with them for a few years when I was doing like dev stuff. But like, they just spam mass email content creators, all the indie devs content content creators directly, and the spam mass email, which doesn't really work. And like, if you don't do that, then all you're really stuck with, if you can't find an audience for your game, is to just go with a publisher. And, you know, basically 99.999% of publishers are just like blood-sucking parasites that, you know, want to take you for everything that you're worth and then some. And like, I don't know, even in the absolute best case scenario, you know, it's still not great, if you know what I mean. You're still giving away something usually, whether it's a bunch of money for doing essentially nothing. Or you know, worse. Or worse, basically, or just straight up owning your ass. And you know, if you're lucky for it to become a sort of amicable relationship, and a successful game that everyone's happy, well, great. But fuck me, is that rare? And you know, people just being able to sell games to people directly, like, you literally just, oh, you know, we should probably should probably try and sail over here, really, shouldn't we? Do it. Nah, I can't be arsed. I'm just gonna run it. I'm just gonna ferry it from here. Yeah, it just cuts out so many middlemen, you know, and sort of, if obviously developers should be able to do whatever they want, which is great, but like, for someone like me that would relish cutting out any type of corporatocracy or whatever, and just hate like just sort of business wanker nonsense, you know, like just annoying, cringe, businessy talk. I just hate it. Like, I used to work, like, I used to, you know, have to be a businessman. And even because like part of what I did when I was a game developer, it wasn't just I wasn't just like leading design and development on games. Like, sometimes I would actually, one of the things the company I worked for did was like make games as part of marketing campaigns. And because I was sort of like the sort of head guy to do with game development at the place, I'd be part of the pitch meeting. So we'd be pitching marketing agencies, because one of the things that we used to do is make games that were as part of marketing campaigns. So, you know, like there'll be some like brand game that's on a website, or there's an app or something like that. You know what I mean? Whatever. I'm just naming a random thing that isn't something I worked on, because I don't care about plugging anything I worked on. But, you know, like a Chuck E. Cheese game, let's say. That type of thing. Like, we used to do shit like that. And so I'm totally familiar with these people. And I've, you know, successfully nailed deals with some of the biggest companies in the world doing it. But I felt like the way I did it was cutting through all the bullshit. Because I can't stand just listening to the horse shit comes out of people's mouths when they're talking business. And at no point was I ever impressed or wooed by name dropping a company or whatever, you know what I mean? I just don't care. And it's one of the reasons I think why I ended up sort of so depressed about my work and just like kind of over it by the end, because I didn't like it was an amazing work experience because it gave me such valuable game dev experience, right? But like, I never ever lied to myself about giving two fucks about what we're making, except for a couple of exceptions that I do think were like had potential. But you know, when I was ultimately made redundant, I was just left with a feeling like I've still never made anything I'm proud of. And like, now I'm just making content. This is like what's now like my main job, is just making YouTube videos for you guys and doing streams. And I really enjoy doing that. I get a lot of gratification out of it, because the thing I find most gratifying is just that people seem to enjoy and appreciate it, you know? And now, making a game in my spare time, I just get to try and make that game that I can be proud of. Because I'm trying to do something where it's like, I've been making games for like a decade, right? And even before that, I was like doing music for a long time. I was like a aspiring, let's say, artist. I did have a couple of independent deals and stuff like that, record label deals and stuff. So, you know, I never was like mega successful, but I got, you know, further than a lot of people do, let's say. And like, I don't know, I just, for years of just making stuff and putting it out on the internet, I've always done like creative things. I kind of like learnt that no matter how much you build it up in your head, there is, or how good you think it might be, or maybe there is a small chance you're actually right about it being good, because you are probably wrong, but you might be right. The chance of success of anything you put out on the internet is so tiny that you should not make stuff sort of where your barometer of success is sort of how well received, or how many whatever's it sells, or what the reviews are, or whatever. Like, all that really matters is whether or not you're proud of it at the end of the day. And so now, working on the game, I'm in this position where all I care about is making something that I can, hand on heart, at the end of the day when the game is finished, say I'm proud of it. And what that means to me, it will just be some sort of equation of I'm proud of it because of I'm proud of the technical work I did, and hopefully finally be able to say that I made a game that's actually good and not just actually works. You know what I mean? That ended up being a bigger rant than I anticipated. You do make great content. Oh, thank you so much for this. I appreciate that. See that message right there? It means more to me than just like money or whatever. It's just unfortunate. Do we need the money? We just do. Otherwise, they're out on the street. All right, let me catch up on the chat. What's up, Atomic? Hey, hope you're doing good. Nice to see you stream during the week. Oh, thank you. I am doing good, thank you. Hope you're doing good as well. Thanks for stopping by. What's your opinion of Valheim? It's my favorite game. Valheim is an awesome game. Really nice level of polish. Really well done in general. Really nice game feel and vibe and stuff. I feel like I'm just too old and maybe perhaps even jaded to some extent to be able to call it my favorite game. Because I just feel like I've played so many games. That I don't know. But yeah, it's an awesome game. That could be an interesting topic though. And what kind of game is it? I'm making a game that is basically like... It's a little bit of a genre bending game in terms of it's not a type of game that currently exists, but a type of game that I'm excited about. Where imagine sort of like the simplest way I could summarize it would essentially just be like roguelike Stardew Valley. But the difference is, instead of just building a little farm, sort of like Dwarf Fortress style, you're actually building a village to attract more and more villagers to keep growing your village. And as the village sort of grows, the villagers will become fussier and you'll have to make the village nicer and nicer place to continue the growth of your village. And the way that you get resources is by you pick a villager and send them out into the world. And out exploring the open world is where the roguelike elements come in, where if that villager dies in the open world, they die permanently and they lose everything that they're carrying. Sort of like Escape from Tarkov or something like that, or like a roguelike kinda. But if they survive and make it back to the village, you keep everything. So basically it is like a cozy farming sort of village sim kind of game, but it has some like sort of major roguelike elements, and it's going to be sort of like 2D cute pixel art style that's heavily inspired by Game Boy Color games, because I love the Game Boy era so much, because I'm old, I guess. I think there was more stuff to catch up on, wasn't there, in the chat? That sounds fun and unique. Oh, thanks, Dean. Sounds really cool. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that. The game is going to be called Earth and Heart. Or did the sinus clear up a bit? It is clearing up gradually, but my sinuses still felt dog shit before the stream today. I was feeling kind of shitty. But it just feel a little better right at this moment in time. It's getting there day by day. It's so slow, man. But it's getting there. Lots of similarities to music, to musicians and music publishers. It is very, very similar, Richard. Having, you know, done the music thing for a very long time. And, you know, worked with publishers and labels a bit. And studied it. All of my education is related to the music industry and technology around music. It is very similar. I will say the music industry is definitely worse. It's a lot worse. I'd be thankful, I guess, that the gaming industry isn't as fucked as the music industry, but it's just because it's not as old. It'll get there eventually, I'm sure. But yeah, I guess the you know, I think one key way. Thanks, Judge, and I appreciate that. One key way that I think makes the gaming industry a little bit more fucked up than the music industry is that we're talking about astronomically more money. You know what I mean? And that level of money can really corrupt things and fuck things up. Because you know, it just opens the door for more bad actors. You know, you guys might remember the all the news stories when GTA 5 came out, that the game made more in like a week than the entire music industry made in a year at the time. And that was, what, over a fucking decade ago. I do think that is at the core of all of the ways that the current games industry is fucked. Which I could talk all day about this stuff, so yeah. Guess don't necessarily need to delve into theories about that, but yeah. It'd be cool to be able to play your game on an actual Game Boy Advance or something. You know what? I did actually start out. First of all, I have a Game Boy game out that you can actually play on a Game Boy if you want to play it. It was a jam game that I made. Is there still a command for it? Is it exclamation game in the chat or something? You can play it in your browser in a Game Boy emulator as well. It's called Ada's Alchemy Academy. What was it? Shadows. If you break it down into just the letters, it spells out AAA equals shit, basically. And it was my Pirate Software game jam game. But the reason I made that game is because I was considering making Earth and Heart an actual real functional Game Boy game. And I may still make a Game Boy component to it. And I did quite a lot of work on the Game Boy version of the game. But it's just too limited, man. It's just to make, I can't deliver, you know, on the vision of the sort of craziness of the game. There's some pretty ambitious things going on with gigantic procedurally generated worlds and stuff like that. That it's just too limiting, and being able to, you know, build up a nice village and stuff like that. It was very, you know, I had figured out most of the core stuff. It's just, I just felt like a combination of I was starting to feel like I was cutting out ideas I really liked in order for it to work there. And also, like, there's weird restrictions to, like, what I was thinking at the time was it could be a Game Boy game and I actually sell physical copies. But then if you buy it on Steam, I'll just use some open source Game Boy emulator for the PC version. So it'll be the same version on every platform. And there's just too many limitations to working like that. You know, it was locked in that square Game Boy aspect ratio. And so I decided against it, but I may actually make some sort of spin-off or tiny or some sort of mini game on the Game Boy that somehow links in with it. Maybe even try and transfer some data between or something like that, because I do still like that idea. It's just the game's going to be a better game if it's not just a Game Boy game. But anyway, since people have actually expressed interest, I do have a bunch of links you guys can check out if you're interested in the game. Let me just grab them real quick. So something that I've not plugged for a while is I did set up a Discord. For my game. Oh, I can't edit my invite code without... Just 1 second. I'm in streamer mode in Discord and it doesn't like. Oh, I don't know. I can't find my... Can't find the right link. But anyway, here's an invite link. Oh no, I've leaked my alt account on YouTube. Don't look at it. This is a Discord. Where there's not much going on there yet, but I'll be posting stuff to do with the game in there. But you'll be able to sign up in there to play the game early. Help me test it. Also, how am I still signed in on my personal YouTube account? But I'm streaming on my main account. How does that make any sense, YouTube? How did I sign in, create a live stream, and still be on another account? What? So anyway, yeah, if you're interested in signing up to test the game, you can join the Earth and Heart Discord. I also have been randomly streaming development of the game so we can get more in detail. I can show you where we're at with the game currently and stuff when I live stream. And I've been doing that on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So I'll post a link to my Twitch and to my YouTube. let me just right, I'm closing YouTube chat for a minute, you guys. So apologies if I miss any YouTube chats, but let me not like dox myself with my alt account constantly. That chat box is keeping me signed in. But yeah, so far I've just been doing the live streams. Sorry, let me pull up YouTube chat and then we'll get back to the game. But yeah, before the year is over, I'll have posted my first official... The plan is before the end of the year to have posted my first video about game dev on there. So I'm going to start posting regular videos on the Owlface Games YouTube channel. Why is YouTube chat being weird? What the fuck is going on with YouTube chat right now? So anyway, yeah, on the Owlface Games YouTube channel, I'm going to start posting dev vlogs showing the progress of me making the game. But I'm also going to start growing the channel by making general content about making games. So we're going to start doing some developer interviews. We're definitely going to end up chatting with some Valheim developers on there at some point. I'll go to have conversations with some of my other developer friends. And I'm going to start making like guides and I don't know, like general educational content about making games. I don't know if it's Chrome shit in the bed or something, but YouTube chat is just not really. It just every time I do a pop-out window, it crashes. I don't know if YouTube chat's fine for you guys. Like, it's just totally unresponsive. Is the stream still up? What is actually happening? Okay, is the YouTube chat finally fixed for me? Thank you. Thank you, Piazza. Appreciate that. What's up, Rainer? Right, it's fixed. It's working for me now. Thanks, guys. I think maybe just my web browser or something. Chrome. Every time I did the pop-out thing to have chat on YouTube in my other monitor, the YouTube window would just crash. Surprised to see you live this time of day. I started a little later than what I normally would. Cause yeah, just was busy or whatever earlier. You know, we might end up doing a slightly shorter stream as a result, but we'll see how it goes. Right, so We get back to base. And then we'll start smelting a lot of this iron. Then we're going to start expanding the base. I want to like build another contained area that's just going to be like one big field to start with. Right. At least we got some more yellow mushrooms, actually. That's good. Wait, what am I missing? Oh, honey. Yeah, we're live. I'm gonna eat a sandwich whilst we work on the base. Okay. Nice. Appreciate the work scene, Dawn. See you soon, mate. Okay. So here's basically what I'm thinking. What's up, Itsumi? Welcome back. Hope you're doing good, dude. It was in the last chest that I checked. All right, so we're going to create a field. Behind our base here. What's up, Roll? For such a long time, guys, when I used to stream Valheim way more often before I had the responsibility of trying to make YouTube videos more often because no one was watching. I used to regularly stream Valheim like several days a week, and they were all world record speedrun attempts. And I would stream for like 7 to 12 hours each day and basically have very little to nothing to eat or drink the entire time because I was usually on a single run, and I could only ever grab a quick snack or something to eat if I wasn't on a run, because, you know, the Valheim speedrun just be long like that, and pausing it doesn't pause the timer, nor should it. And it was like so unsustainable, and after I streamed, I would just like feel like shit, so I was just like dehydrated and hungry basically. I've definitely realized in more recent years the key to doing regular streams is just like actually eating and drinking on stream to keep you going. They don't feel like shit when you're done. Speaking of which, I basically just dropped a sandwich on my keyboard. Play with one hand whilst I'm finishing my sandwich. Okay, sandwich deleted. I just increased my maximum stamina by 30. Something I've been thinking about recently a lot as well, chat, is that, like, there was a certain point with streaming where I decided to, like, all I've ever done with content creation, right, is just try to figure out how to make it work doing something that I enjoy. So there's like think of everything that might work and everything you might enjoy, and is there a cross section there, right? Because I feel like I personally, I can't make good content if I don't enjoy doing it. And it's not just content creation, it just applies to all work in life in general. I'm like the worst employee ever if I don't care about what I'm doing. Because if I actually don't give a fuck, I have like zero capabilities of hiding it. But anyway, somewhere along the line with streaming, right, I decided to only stream speedrun content because obviously I enjoy doing the speedrun. But I've always streamed all different kinds of things. I used to be a variety streamer before PUBG came out, and then, you know, we've done a little bit of variety since Valheim came out, but not a ton. Mostly been Valheim. But anyway, it became very clear at a certain point that like more people were interested in my speedrun streams than anything else, so I just did that for a while. And you know, I still like doing that, so I was okay with it. But what I just found over time was like, I don't know, if I felt like doing something else, I started out like, if I felt like it, I would just stream something else. But whenever I did that, like fuck all people watched. And as my YouTube channel has become more of a priority because people are actually watching it, like, and it's you know, it's become where I get most of my income to pay the bills now. It just started to feel like a bit of a waste of time to do a stream if like no one was really gonna watch it. So that just turned into, I don't feel like speedrunning today, so I won't stream. Because I should just make videos anyway. You know what I mean? But I do actually really enjoy streaming, mostly because I just like chatting with you guys. I like to hear from the community, and it's a good barometer for me as to like whether I'm doing a good job or not, you know? And also like being a content creator, you just spend like 99% of your time just alone in a room. It's really good to just like talk to random people on the internet. And have a community and stuff. And yeah, doing this stream series and the sort of as things evolve of like what I'm doing content creation wise, I'm honestly getting to the point where I'm just starting to think like I'm just gonna like stream whatever seems fun to me in the moment, rather than just wait until I'm in the mood to do the thing that everyone wants to see me do, if that makes sense. Because I never really did force it. I still only did what I wanted, but it was like if I wasn't in the mood, then I just didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Whereas lately, you know, I've been doing much more regular streams, but I've been doing different kinds of streams. And I don't know, I'm just starting to feel like this area is fucked. We need to build this whole area up, don't we? I guess I'm really skirting around what the actual reality is. The reality is I don't really make I need to make more money. But I refuse to compromise on it being something that I don't like. And the safest bet for me to continue to grow as a sort of content creator and also grow the amount of money I make is to just focus on YouTube being the main way that I earn money, because it already is the main way that I earn money. You know what I mean? Like, it obviously makes sense. And although, obviously, occasionally on stream, people do like insane donos. They definitely help a massive amount. And like every dono helps a massive amount. The fact of the matter is, the amount of money I earn from streaming, whilst it makes a difference, it's not a lot anyway. And I'm just starting to feel like maybe like the real reason like I still do it is just because I like it and I like chatting with you guys. Because I think it's important for us to not lose communication. Like, I would totally just be one of these like faceless YouTubers that you just watch videos of, right? And they don't stream or anything. I would do that. But to me, I would start to become concerned about like how the community really feels. And so I like to stream just so we have some regular communication, right? So I have a feel for what people like and what people don't like. And you know what I mean? Like, I want to talk to you guys because, number one, like I said, as a content creator, like, you're just kind of alone a lot of the time. It's nice to have people to talk to in a community. But number two, like, it's just really important, I feel, to us to maintain communication. So I just know my own community. I just know who you people are and what you like and stuff, you know? How we're feeling about stuff. Also, as like a Valheim content creator, I think it's important for me to have a handle on how the community feels about the game. And if I didn't stream, I wouldn't have that. And so I guess what I'm trying to get at is that doing this series, I've been able to stream much more regularly. I've been enjoying it. And it ticks every single box of what I just said. Now, I haven't even looked at the numbers. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care about the numbers for the stream anymore.
Been lurking for a while, but always got your back.
Oh, Mike, thank you so much for the £20 super chat. You're an absolute legend. That really helps, bud. Thanks so much for supporting the content. Keeping the dream alive. You're a legend. I know you have. You've been here such a long time. Always have my back. You're a good mod. Thank you, dude. You're a legend. But yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say in a roundabout way is like, I think what I've realized is that everything that I've always loved about streaming, in order to do it, I need to just kind of like ignore, you know, the idea of sort of prioritizing. It's just why have we got another one of these? It's kind of interesting. Ignore this idea of sort of like only streaming if it's like really what people want to see, and just instead to stream like whatever I want to stream. Because I used to feel like I don't know, like, I guess once I started to grow as a content creator, like, it obviously it all comes from just YouTube video views, but there was a point where certain videos were doing super good and I was streaming regularly, where like we were getting up to like 400 or 500 viewers on a live stream, like more than once basically, without raids or anything. And that was all like grinding Valheim speedrun for world record. And I guess I sort of felt that it was the right thing to do, to just focus on growing the channel. Yeah, this is a new raid where you get wraiths and ghosts. Pretty cool. Well, it's the second time I've had it today. yeah, I guess I just felt that I was doing the right thing by just focusing on what people wanted to see. Even though I enjoyed it, but the thing, it sort of like cancelled itself out because if I wasn't in the mood, I just didn't stream. You know what I mean? And just, I don't know, the more I sort of figure out and realize like what it is that I want from this and like what we're doing here and what I care about in life in general and where my values are and like how I actually feel about companies like Twitch and live streaming is an art form, which ain't in a good place. I don't know. I'm in this place now where I'm just like, you know what? I think what I should do is just say fuck it. Like, how much of a difference do my live streams make to my business model anyway? They exist as a way for me to communicate with my community essentially, and just like have a good time together. Like grinding the streams that get more views only certainly helps more than not doing it. But it doesn't help enough to be worth not streaming whatever I want, whenever I want. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Because again, I never sort of was ever forcing myself to do it. It just meant I streamed less because if I didn't want to, I just didn't do it. Am I making any sense? Like, I'd way rather just relax and chat to you guys on a regular basis. So we're sort of like checking in with how everyone's doing and how we're feeling about the content in the game. And or just games in general. I'd rather do that than like chase being a big streamer. And only ever stream when I feel like doing when like what I want to do happens to line up with like, you know, what people click on or something. Because the reality is, I don't know how to say this diplomatically. Makes perfect sense indeed. Thank you. Appreciate that, definitely. From my perspective, it's always way more fun to watch someone enjoy themselves instead of something forced that an audience might expect from them. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what the problem is that I'm having, is that I feel the same way. So my solution to that was like, if I wasn't in the mood to do the thing that people wanted from me, I just didn't do a stream. I just worked on a video, which just resulted in me streaming less and less. But it wasn't just that either. We're in a different era now. It's like when I was grinding streams and stuff the most, the YouTube channel wasn't even really getting views, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't even really like an option. I was still figuring it out. It's more so just as the channel has started to do well, I've don't know what the right word is, but you know, taking it more seriously to be more. I've just put more time on the YouTube channel since it started getting views. I feel like that makes sense, right? Which just meant I had less time to stream as well. So it's just like a weird combination of like spending a lot of time making videos And then you know, when you're done with that, maybe not being in the mood to do the thing on stream that everyone expects. If you just keep doing that and stream what you like, you're even more likely to build a community and become bigger as a streamer I'm out. Nah, it's not true, unfortunately, but I appreciate the sentiment. I know what you're saying. I was streaming for like... I've been streaming for such a long time. It's about 7 years or something like that. You know, no one watched until Valheim came out. I always did what I wanted to do. It's just not enough, fortunately. But there's a difference, and I can explain that in a moment, because it's kind of a different thing. But yeah, the main thing I'm saying is I think I think I'm gonna stop trying to be so strategic with my streams and just do whatever I want. Because I find it more fun, and lots of people do like that as well. And the reality is, like, live streaming is so shit anyway. It's the thing to rely on as a content creator, that you might as well just do the thing that makes it fun to do. You know what I mean? Like, it's never been something that resulted in so much money that it should become a priority. I've never made a lot of money from live streaming. And even when it started to really get up there, when I was, like, when I say up there, it's all relative. I've never, you know, I don't earn a lot of money in general, but I'm just saying, when it was starting to earn more and more, it was pretty good. But it still kind of dwarfs what's possible on YouTube if you can nail that. Dwarfed by YouTube. Yeah, I think I'd rather just do something chill like this, where we can just relax and chat and stream more regularly and stream less and do like the stuff that people want. Because it, like, so here's the thing here with what we're talking about. In this day and age, if we're talking about doing gaming and stuff online on a live stream, if we're just doing strictly gaming stuff, realistically, the only way to grow as a streamer is to become a content creator elsewhere. Basically on YouTube. You could do other platforms if you want. But you know, it's like, the only reason people watch this channel is because they discovered my YouTube content, and you know, they've been sent here by me mentioning my channel in the videos, or just by watching on YouTube, you know what I mean, by the algorithm. If I didn't make videos and just streamed, still no one would be watching. Um, and so I can use the continued growth of the YouTube channel to sort of snowball the continued growth of the stream by also doing what works best for the live streams, because the way you optimize for that is just to do, you know, what people are gonna like to see more on the stream. But I guess what I'm talking about is the fact that you get, like, for what? You know what I mean? Like, there isn't... the whole state of the sort of industry of live streaming is so shit that if you're not doing it because you enjoy it, you're not gonna get anything out of it as a content creator. People only make serious money when they're getting like insane views. That takes, they have to have done a bunch of stuff to get there already. You know what I mean? So what I'm just getting at is like kind of just giving up on even chasing growing the stream in any way, and just do what basically we're all saying we like. Like what I like, what our community likes, just so like I can just enjoy doing it and actually keep it up, because I've never forced myself to do stuff that I don't really want to do for content. But that just means when I'm not in the mood, I wasn't doing it enough. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. Sad to hear that my idealistic way of seeing things once again does not match my reality. Yeah, I know. I thought that way for a long time until I actually did it. And the speedrunning skills. Yeah, that's definitely a part of it. I mean, I'm definitely going to still do the speedrun stuff, but I think we're going to mix a lot more other stuff in. Survivability on Twitch is a big topic for a long time now, which means not very good. Yeah. I don't know if I've really made much sense or not. I feel like I've just been yapping. Okay. That's one thing done that we needed to do. It made sense. Okay, cool. I feel like I haven't gotten out what the thoughts are in my brain very well yet. So I think that's maybe why I'm thinking that I'm not making sense, even though I am. Also, a bit of yapping always has its place. True. Streams are kind of mostly ASMR, I suppose. I think how I'm really feeling is I do actually love live streaming. I love doing it. I love watching it. I consume so much live stream content, right? I fucking despise Twitch as a company and the people that run it. And I simply do not want to do. I don't enjoy or even potentially even find, I don't know. I don't like the meta of what you have to do to make it, quote unquote, as a streamer. I don't like it. It's not fun. It's bad for people's mental health. And yeah, I don't know, that's kind of it. So, but what I love about streaming, the bit that's good is just like and why Twitch is still good even despite the efforts of the company. It's like the sense of community. Talking to people that are like-minded and nice and friendly on the internet. Dude, when I started streaming, I expected it to be a cesspool of just hate and despair and whatever. And people are just so nice and welcoming and you understanding. And, do you know what I mean? Like, what I like about streaming is being excited about something and wanting it, having that feeling of wanting to share it with somebody because you're excited about it, and being able to do that. Being able to do those things, to share things with you guys. I love, like, all of the awesome people, and I love the feeling of, like, building a nice, friendly community and everyone just being kind to each other and chatting. I love the fact that I get to chat to you guys. Like, it's, you know, sometimes when I'm really struggling with anxiety and stuff like that, like, you guys totally make my life easier and better just by being able to chat to you guys. Take my mind off it, you know what I mean? Like, I do fundamentally love sort of the art form of live streaming, like, and what it is. It's such a cool thing, fundamentally. Just meeting people, chatting to people, sharing experiences. And obviously, it can be fun to do things that are, like, really entertaining and to entertain people and stuff like that, and this, that, and the other. I just don't like this sort of industry side of it. I don't like that there is always a meta. I don't like that, you know, if you are just wanting to be a successful streamer, you kind of just have to stream every single day. You have to do the exact same thing day in, day out. I don't know. It's shit. That part of it's shit. I just want to do the part of it that I like and not the part of it that I think is shit. And, you know, luckily I have a YouTube channel that's doing well and continues to grow. And, you know, hopefully I can grow my game dev content and hopefully my game will sell some copies or something when it's done as well, to be able to allow me to keep doing this stuff. But yeah, it's just like I can, even when live stream was doing amazing for me, the revenue for my videos is always the majority of my income. If I just decide to do whatever I think is fun and chill and relaxing on stream so that I can actually bear to stream more regularly, I am going to earn less money from streaming. Well, I just, right now, I'm just feeling like I don't give a fuck. I'm so fucking over all of the aspects of streaming that I don't like, that I just described. You know what I mean? I'm just over it. And the reality is I can keep growing my YouTube channel. That'll more than make up for it anyway. Because the ultimate, because at the end of the day, I'm not planning to ever be somebody that streams every day of the week anyway. I've got other shit to do. Like, I want to make videos. All I ever wanted to be really when I started content creation was a YouTuber. I just couldn't make it work. So I got into streaming because it was fun and it seemed to work better in the beginning. Yeah. And I think actually in the long run, because just following what I am enjoying doing, I think in the long run, just by doing what I think is fun, it's going to allow me to stream more and to actually engage with our community better. Oh, I know what we need to do. I think it will actually, in the long run, pay off more. It will actually work out better. Just because I'll be able to do more of it. Sounds like me thinking about any kind of job, honestly. Doing the same day in and out is just shit. Yeah, exactly. You gotta find something for yourself that keeps it interesting, guarantees right, whatever it is. Yeah, exactly. It's definitely oh, that's what I was in the middle of saying. The ultimate thing is, right, nothing's gonna stop me making my game right now. Oh shit, we didn't put this iron on the boat. Right now, right, my game earns me 0 money. I'm making it, right? You can't, there's no way of earning that money out of it yet. But it doesn't, I don't care, like, nothing's stopping me making a game. It's like my dream to actually make something good. I know how to do it. I've been making games for a decade. It's time to just finally make something good. I feel like doing it for a living, whereas my only source of income, forced me in a situation where I made games I didn't really want to make. You know what I mean? To do it for somebody else. So if I'm making a game, that's going to take some time, right? I have to work on my game each week, at least a little, in order to make any progress. So right away, I can't stream every day. Now, I both want to and have to continue releasing videos on YouTube because it's my main source of income and sort of the next thing I'm most passionate about. You know? I want to do that and I need to do that because that's where my livelihood comes from. It is objectively more important than live streaming to me. So, if I'm going to do those two things, it's objectively impossible to stream every day. Also, it's super interesting stuff to stream, though, what you working on your game. Yeah, I have been streaming, working on my game on my other channel. The plan is to grow the Owlface Games Twitch and YouTube channel over time, where I do all of this stuff, stream all of this stuff regularly there as well. Because I agree, I love watching game dev content. I'm hoping people come along for the journey for that. So I'm going to be working on growing my game dev channels as well by just streaming and making videos as part of my overall strategy of making a game. So yeah, like no matter how it shakes out, right, I can't really do the meta properly for pursuing being like a quote unquote, you know, big or popular streamer or whatever. So I might as well just fucking do the version of it I actually like. And that's my TED Talk for today. I feel like every stream these days, since I've been doing no cam, I weirdly I'm getting more honest. Not, well, honest isn't the right word. I'm more speaking my inner thoughts than just yapping to chat the random drivel that comes up every stream. So I feel like I'll be doing a TED talk every stream. That's kind of what I meant earlier, by the way. Do what you like on stream so you can make it more and more consistent, which will build more viewership now. Even if it's not financially rewarding in the beginning, it can work as a relaxing time and also be an investment in the future. Saying if the stream pops off one day, I know what you, if you know what I mean. I do know what you mean, but the only reason I can do that is because I already have an audience from making YouTube videos. In a vacuum, it totally doesn't work. Like, ultimately, no one will watch unless you do the sort of meta of live streaming or are successful on another platform. You know, I've found an audience on another platform already, and the channel continues to grow and be successful, so I have that. But yeah, rest assured, if I just stopped making videos tomorrow and just did whatever I wanted on a live stream, be out on the street in no time. That's kind of what I was meaning by it. It's obviously good to do what you're passionate about, but I honestly, like, I always say this to people that ask me about live streaming. I wouldn't even bother doing it if you're not also interested in being a content creator on other platforms. And everyone says other platforms too when they give advice. I would honestly just simplify it to just YouTube, because almost every other platform has more problems than YouTube as well. Don't stop YouTube, continue both, and see Twitch as more as a hobby that could work out as a job someday. I mean, it doesn't have to be a hobby. Like, I am a content creator, if you know what I mean. It's like I am managing to do it just about. It's just fine for it to not be you know, a 10-pole thing of my strategy. And like I was saying earlier, what I really love about content I'm gonna have to farm some guts. What I really love about live streaming is, as a YouTuber, it allows me to like talk to you guys directly and get kind of a vibe on how you're feeling about my work on YouTube, essentially. And we get to, you know, build a community together and talk to each other on a regular basis. You know, just the live streams existing just the live streams existing as we should go and put a portal at Hilda, to be honest. Just the live streams existing as, you know, something for the community to do, a way for us to get together and chat, is worth it. Oh, we've got loads of blood bags. There are people out there doing things in the live stream space, though, that I do think are doing really good things. It's just not like... not most of the big streamers that people talk about. Right, there's loads of stuff we need to do. Right now... Thanks, definitely. I really appreciate that, mate. I guess, like, as I've sort of obtained any level of success, the YouTube side of things does become a little more stressful, because it's sort of like you start to feel like you have a responsibility to deliver on videos, and obviously you literally have financial responsibility if you have like bills to pay that you're relying on it. But overall, it's much more fun to be making content on YouTube that actually gets views. So in many ways, streaming on YouTube, making videos now is more fun than ever for me. Like, I love it. Live streaming, however, I don't know. I just very recently I've just started to feel that I actually enjoyed it more when less people watched. And that's just because when less people watched, I guess I don't know. I was just doing whatever I wanted. That's when it was fun. And you know, when I started, ironically with all of this, like when I started speedrunning Valheim, no fucker else was speedrunning Valheim. It didn't exist. And I at the time was like a PUBG content creator. I didn't get a ton of viewers, but what little viewers I had, I basically lost by doing Valheim stuff. And I did it because I loved it and I believed in it, and I still do. I just think the run's in a shit spot and I'm waiting for 1.0 to come out, because that's when things are going to get actually interesting. But anyway, you do anything long enough, even if you start out loving it, you're going to want to do other stuff. And because even to this day, when I do Valheim speedrun streams, they do super well. You know, I just like kept doing it, and it just sort of increasingly put me off, you know, doing other stuff. And like, here's the other thing. It's like, I probably still won't just do like absolutely whatever, because I still know like what literally 0 people will watch and what I can do that's fun that at least some people will watch, like something like this, you know what I mean? But yeah. You know what the most disgusting phrase that exists in the world of live streaming on Twitch? That my views on it pretty much summarize everything I'm saying. Bleed purple. It's hard to even say without throwing up in my own mouth. That is literally like a thing Like if you like break a load of records, right, and you get a load of viewership on Twitch, you'll receive like a plaque or whatever that thanks you for bleeding purple. And like when you apply for Twitch partnership and stuff, which by the way, on this topic, I've been eligible to be a Twitch partner for fucking ages, for like almost 3 years. Because like I said, when I was doing the Valheim speedrun stuff, the streams were doing super good. And when I applied, Twitch was basically like, oh, we'd like you to stream more in order for you to be a partner. Can you stream more? And I was like, fuck you. You don't get to tell me how to run my business. I'm a content creator. What the fuck do you know about it? So I was basically just like, no. So I don't get, I mean, that's it. You know what I mean? That's why I'm not a Twitch partner. It's like, you have to play this fucking game to check all their boxes. And then it's like, I can check all the boxes except streaming on enough days that they like. And it's like, well, I don't want to fucking do that, bro. I'm a YouTuber as well. I'm doing other shit. That's the whole bleed purple thing summarizes what I fucking despise about it all. Twitch want you to be addicted to live streaming. They want you to be streaming every day. They don't want you to do anything else with your life. They don't give a fuck if you're overworked, if your mental health is in the toilet, if your community is full of absolute arseholes just spamming whatever in the chat. And they probably don't even really care, it turns out, what you even really say or do. You could be a piece of shit yourself. They just want people live at any cost so they can serve ads because they can't serve enough ads to stay a profitable business. And all of this is why they're in decline and will, I think, if things don't turn around sometime within the next 12 months, probably just go the way of the dodo eventually. And it just, yeah, it all revolves around this fucking disgusting thing. And it's just stupid. The whole system is a kingmaker system. But having no discoverability, no real recommendation system, no real browse features that do anything other than organized by viewership. And yes, I know they literally have attempted it, but every single attempt at an algorithm is absolute garbage because I think most of the Twitch engineers are barely capable of basic math. And the reason for that is that really talented people do get jobs at Twitch and absolutely nail it. And they see that the company's such a fucking shit show, they can't stand it and have to leave. And I know that this is a fact because all of the interviews are all out there. I can't remember the name of the dude, but there's a guy that was on Primogen and Pirate Software's team at DEF CON this year, the hacker convention. What's his fucking name? Is it TJ or something? That is a developer that's a content creator that worked at Twitch, and he sort of spoke about this. Like, he was saying, like, there are people doing good stuff or whatever, but basically, like, the culture fucking sucks. And it ultimately doesn't really matter because if you do something really good, you know, the leadership are just, like, not going to follow up on it or whatever. And this team doesn't talk to that team, and most of the people who work there don't care about the product. They don't know anything about gaming or streaming or whatever. And it's like, the few engineers that do give a fuck are the people that actually do actually watch Twitch and get it. But if you're good there, if you're a good developer, if you're passionate about the art of live streaming, you're not going to last because you're going to find it so dog shit you'll leave. And so the only people that can even fucking create any kind of like decent algorithm or whatever at that place are just people that don't give a fuck about live streaming and are leveraging it for a job at Apple. And we're not talking, and I'm literally just paraphrasing this guy that worked at Twitch and said all this verbatim. He was saying, like, the only people there that are passionate about the art of live streaming are, what's the best way to do this? He was explaining that the only people there that do care and understand Twitch and the culture and everything actually are like just the programmers and stuff. But the problem is those people don't really last because Twitch is run like such a shit show, and if you make anything good, it sort of doesn't matter because they'll make their own decision and throw the good work in the bin over some shit easy idea anyway. And so the people that do know about it end up leaving, and everybody else that is actually like a talented programmer don't know or understand anything about Twitch or gaming or whatever. And they're all people that are just looking to create some weird showcasey thing for their portfolio so they can get a job at Apple, because that's what the douchebag Silicon Valley tech bro that became a programmer as a vector of wealth accumulation wants. They want to work there. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. And the idea of a subsidiary of Amazon wanting you to quote unquote bleed purple, I don't know. Fucking makes me want to throw up. No one should like streaming to the point where they want to literally bleed purple. Who are these people that will cook themselves for a major corporation? What is wrong with you? Personally, I got into this because I love video games, and you know, so many of the coolest and most interesting people I've met are passionate about video games, and the sort of Twitch community, and now with YouTube live streaming, the YouTube community. So it's been like so nice and welcoming, and I like being able to share these experiences with people and talk to new people. I'm not really interested in fucking bleeding purple. Jesus. Twitch can suck it. If it dies off tomorrow, we're still just going to be doing the same thing that we want to do, right? But it's on just YouTube, because we already stream on YouTube. Bleeding purple sounds horrendous. It's gross, alright? Such a fucking gross term, even. Don't even get me started as well on the copium some popular streamers are on, of not thinking there's a apocalypse happening right now as well, because I guess that's what bleeding purple means. Just blind allegiance to a major corporation that's willing to let you kill yourself as long as they have not literally kill yourself, obviously, but like overwork yourself as long as you can serve some ads for them. Oh, we actually do have enough coal still. Offer yourself up to the corporates. Yeah, it's so weird. So weird what people get into. Fuck those finance tech bros with MBAs that think they're hot shit. They ruin so many things for an unrealistic bottom line, and then they bounce when the place burns down. True. Happened to the Donut Media card channel on YouTube. Oh, did it really? It's so dumb. I hate it so much. I mean, I have views about this sort of thing in Silicon Valley, and I think I'm really in the minority with feeling the way I do about it. You know, and maybe I'm wrong, but we've sort of briefly spoken about this before, but it's something I've not fully developed my thoughts on it. Maybe it's something that would make a good video on the development YouTube channel one day once I figure out my thoughts on it properly, but I really don't like this type of person that has started to become possible with the current state of tech. Well, like, there's a general sort of do I need to take mats for a boat over here? I do, don't I? I don't know if I can carry all of this. Let's just dump this here for now. What's up, Seaway? Thanks for stopping by, mate. Hope you're doing good. I think Seaway's just been a programmer for a long time, right, dude? Maybe he can speak to on this if he wants to. But I just feel like if you go back to sort of the earliest days of the tech world and computing, a lot of the people that programming not so much, but tech industry, yes. Okay. A lot of the people, if you go way back to sort of pre-dot-com era tech, the people that sort of established the fundamentals of like what it meant to be like a programmer and a developer were essentially some weird hybrid of computer scientists and like hippies, basically. They were kind of like techno hippies from the future that had this amazing idea of how computers are going to change the world. I'm in the wrong side of the island completely. I'm so lost. And when you just there's a billion examples of this, right? But like, I'll name just like two basic things. Like, you know, you guys like something people are probably familiar with, or like sort of like the stories of the early days of Apple and how it was Wozniak and Jobs and stuff, right? Owen was sort of basically invented the Mac. He wanted to like give all of the ideas and stuff, the sort of circuit layout and everything, basically make it completely free and open source and give it to like universities so that people the world over would be able to make their own amazing computer, right? And then it was like Steve Jobs that was like, are you fucking crazy? We can get rich of this shit, right? There's one example. And then there's the whole sort of like free and open source movement, which is a whole complicated thing in itself. But even if it's not free and open source, there's still sort of this way, this sort of philosophy in the world of programming of sort of knowledge being, you know, shared and not locked behind barriers like money or copyright or patents or whatever. And all of these people had a philosophy that was like super, super liberal and sort of revolved around a genuine passion for technology. Like, these people weren't programmers because it was a way to earn money. They were passionate about it. And now people legitimately just learn to do stuff just to earn money. And they sort of cynically extract wealth out of people with zero passion. And I often feel like they completely it's like I think they don't even know or understand the history of like the industry they're in, if you know what I mean. They kind of feel like in many ways go against everything it stands for, at least to me. And it's fucking gross. And all of these fucking douchebag tech bros that just want a job at Apple, they're usually that type of fucking dipshit. Usually. Not always. Apple does do some really cool shit at the end of the day, so there could be... I didn't realize that rock was there. I wanted to get closer to here so I don't lose my mats. I popped up on your recommendations. Nice. I have complicated thoughts when it comes to intellectual property, when it comes to software. Oh yeah, me too. I'm not one of these people that I'm not a free and open source evangelist, don't worry. I just sort of was trying to speak more to kind of the morals and ethics and philosophy of how all of this shit started compared to where we're at now. It feels really bad. And sometimes I think it almost directly is reflected in the seemingly declining quality of work as well. I'm definitely a huge open source advocate, but I feel like in general there's been a weird swing away from simply being willing to compensate developers for the work. Yeah. No, I agree with that too. And I mean, there are obviously also problems with open source. It shouldn't be like how everything is. I'm not against, you know, private ownership and intellectual property and earning billions of dollars in tech. It's just, I feel like there's a way to do it where the quality of what you're actually doing is good. You actually care about what you do. And I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. This world of like people that can barely program JavaScript, let alone anything more complicated than that. Making billions of dollars building project after project on dependency after dependency that they don't know anything about. Where every product is another AI wrapper or whatever the current venture capital fad is. And quality and providing value does not matter as long as you can secure the next round of venture capital. And instead of even finding interesting and useful ways of spending venture capital, you just sort of hire and bloat your company up because it's the easiest way to ask for more money is to grow. And I don't know. It's just all so fucking shit and broken. And I think it is ultimately culture and the sort of philosophy that's degraded, that's led to it. And I think it's the only way it's going to change is the culture and philosophy of changing. FFmpeg is a great example. What is it, like one guy that's been maintaining it for like the last 15 years or something? All these massive companies are built on it. It's sad. Yeah. I know what you're saying. There is certainly as well some sort of ethical concerns even with free and open source as well. Sometimes Developers of free and open source software are some of the most burnt out. And overworked. Because they're kind of carrying a whole project that so many people rely on, and they feel obliged and pressured to it with none of the financial compensation, which is fucking insane. Seems like an ethical dilemma to me. Doesn't sound perfect. You know what's funny? I'm playing Valheim with my buddy Nick. Nice. Name isn't as raw as Rawcliffe. Nice. So you guys having a good time. I think ultimately being high up in any tech industry is about money and power, and what seems to generally attract type A assholes. Oh yeah, that seems yeah, definitely. I still think it's funny that Microsoft supports Microsoft support uses the MAS tool on GitHub sometimes. Yeah, there's so much weird stuff like that. Hence all the debates about OSS. What's the mass tool? I'm not sure what tool specifically Atomic is talking about. Maybe they could talk more in detail, but I just kind of assume it's some random open source tool being used for pretty major business. Yeah, Microsoft did buy GitHub, that's true. I mean, there has been some pretty high profile hacks because of open source as well, right? There was one very recently, wasn't there? It's kind of like snuck in. It's a way to permanently activate Windows and other products. And Microsoft support has been caught using it to help people. That is fucking hilarious. That's really funny. Why did I... Oh, yeah. I was going to say, why did I come here with a full inventory? But there is actually a reason. Because I need a boat and a portal. Cool. Someone's trying to bot us with racism on YouTube. Hilarious. I wonder what deranged corner of freaking 4chan this loser comes from. Picked a hell of a stream to show up, bud, because we were just talking about how fucked the state of so many things are. Wow, we're actually getting we're actually getting botted by actual fascists right now on YouTube. I just Turned off the chat overlay on the screen. Certainly an upset tech bro. Yeah, it's gotta be. I don't. It's so weird. I thought there was something that YouTube did to help with this from moderation settings that I can sort of like temporarily turn on. I can't remember what it is. It seemed to have stopped now anyway. Maybe we just banned all the accounts. But it was literally people like spamming the N-word and white better than N-word. I really hate N-word. All of these types of fascists are like the biggest cowards on the planet because they know that if they started the race war tomorrow, that the world would unite in very easily getting rid of them with zero qualms. You know what I mean? Not only is it like dumb and vile and like ignorant, but like you will always you're always just gotta lose. It's like the dumbest shit and they know that. Or they're just trolls. The thing is though, there's no such thing as just trolls when it's just you know, racist spam. Because even though they'll just be like a child, right, that is sort of like oh, I'm not actually a racist, I'm just trolling people. Well, it doesn't work like that. You can't like spread fascist ideas and say and do racist things and be like, this is, I'm just a troll. Like you have to co-sign that behavior in order to think it's okay to do it. So it doesn't really work, you know what I mean? You are just a fascist whether you realize it or not. And the type of people that might think that kind of like behavior is okay, and it's just funny, I have no doubt they've been kind of had their minds, you know, melted and rotted away online by all of these like dipshits that are just like red pilled and be like, oh, anybody that complains about actual racism is like woke or whatever. I'm sure that's the type of people they are. It doesn't matter because it doesn't work like that. You can't just there's no such thing as being a fascist for the lulz. You either are or you're not. That's kind of what trolls are, though. Oh, yeah. I don't disagree that they are trolls. They're obviously trolls. It's just with your phrasing, they are just trolls. Meaning that they weren't what I said they were, which they are. You don't think Red Pill has anything to do with racism? It's just buzzwords? No. It's not that it's specifically about racism. It's just that type of media personality sort of pretends that you know, any kind of criticism of you know, actual ignorant behavior, whether it's, you know, racist, misogynistic, homophobic, or whatever, it's just someone being like, quote unquote, woke or whatever, which is essentially a pretty meaningless term that's just you know, hurled around like a beach ball, but they're just kind of dodging the reality of some of the terrible ideas they co-sign. Entrails. Oh, we just don't have enough entrails. I wonder how far we just make it. If we just go back with like very little stuff. We just take something like this, I think. I think woke and right are just terms, are terms and labels people put on other people. Everyone is different, and putting these labels on people are just as bad as putting these fascist and racist labels. Oh boy. Okay. Let's let's unpack this, because I do know what you are sort of trying to get at. But first of all, let's just break this down. Terms and labels are put on other people, right? Let's just start with this idea. When we communicate with each other, right? We agree that, you know, certain things have meaning. Certain words mean specific things. And we do that so we can have a conversation. So that we can communicate ideas, right? So just we don't write off concepts altogether purely on the basis of either the concept is a label or has a label or whatever, right? We need to assign meaning to things in order to communicate. So, sort of regardless as to whether or not something is a label. Saying everyone is different and putting labels on people is just as bad as putting these fascist labels is simply not true. Because saying that is sort of denying that there is actual such a thing as objective truth, objective right, objective wrong. It's denying whether something is more moral or less moral. You know what I mean? It's denying that as a society, we agree on objective facts about certain things and general morality. And the fact of the matter is, when it comes to ideology, whether it's, you know, political or whatever else, there is such a thing as ideas for society that are bad. And just look at the entire history of the 20th century and the First and Second World War, and you'll find lots of it, right? So this sort of idea of it doesn't really matter what these people believe, first of all. Well, it does, because if someone has a fundamental belief where they want to, like, you know, destroy society as we know it and, you know, slaughter a bunch of people, like, that matters. That's not good, right? That's one thing. But the idea of all labels are equally bad is totally just objectively incorrect, right? So sometimes as a society, we need to label things that are inherently damaging to other human beings or whatever else, right? In order to identify the threat. So we know what to avoid. And this is the exact same thing that we do with, you know, things like criminals, right? We call criminals criminals. And we lock them up, as an example. And, you know, fascism, bad. Right? I think we know that. And just casting up on chat to see if there's anything else worth mentioning or not. I agree words are meaning, but calling everyone racist or woke or any of those terms really waters down the people that are. Right. Yeah, you're right, it does. But what are we talking about? Coming and spamming the N-word in the chat? That's racist. This is part of the problem that you yourself are describing, is watering down the people that are. Well, we're talking about people that are. That's the problem, right? Someone comes in spamming, and they're clearly a former racist. Like, what? Yeah, okay. Exactly. I think the chat's pretty much on the same page at this point. With that logic, no one should be calling anyone stupid. There should be terms to identify these types of things, whether it's good or bad. Yeah, I hope that we have basically had a respectful conversation about everything that just ensued, because I don't think there's anything going on in the chat other than the actual spam bot incident. There weren't any of us being sort of nasty or anything to each other. Letting this man turn the whole vibe down by focusing on this stuff. True. True. We'll move on. But I don't know. Sometimes I think when it's about I don't know, like objective reality and something important, I don't know, sometimes I think it's good to not necessarily just gloss over it. But you are right. Don't think in the case of that spell is very unambiguous. No, exactly. We're all on the same page now. We don't need to keep going over it. So we're here to chill and play Valheim at the end of the day. Oh, we never carried on doing what we're actually out there to do. Just been on autopilot this whole time. Alright, I guess we should probably just put a bow on this topic now, because I think we've talked about it enough, but we can summarize it by just putting a button on it, because there's a couple more points coming up that I think should be hopefully the end of it now. Alright, and then we'll definitely just move on. So Kogo says not calling the trolls racist, what's down racism. So that's true. And then someone else said something about, can someone be like a little or a lot racist? Obviously that's true as well, right? Okay, but here's the thing, is that like there is a little bit of a weird false equivalency that happens, particularly with young people, frankly, that just haven't yet had the life experience to realize it, or maybe people that have lived like a little bit more sheltered lives for whatever reason, or they've maybe not encountered as many different types of people from around the world and whatnot, which is this idea of like being able to do something racist without being a racist. It's like that's not possible. But obviously there are degrees to how racist somebody is, and none of it's good. But, many of us are probably much more, flawed, whether it's a little racist or whatever, than we even really realize. And oftentimes people aren't their own most accurate judges. But I think that at that point, now we've gotten onto this, we're sort of splitting hairs at this point, and everybody's in agreement that all of that stuff is bad and we shouldn't like spread it or whatever. But that ties up, I think, every last comment about it. So now we can just move on. I would also just end by saying a lot of people do get triggered by this sort of topic. A lot of the time it's because they have sort of subscribed to some sort of way of thinking that is promoted by somebody online. And all I would just say to that topic is that, you know, we can all change and grow together. And if you do care about topics like racism or whatever else, just try and look into it yourself instead of listening to what other people think. Like, there is a lot of, or listen to what a lot more people think about it, because there is actually a lot of actual information out there on it. There's all different kinds of sociologists and university professors and whatever, even like a ton of video essayists and stuff like that exist that may broaden your horizons in ways that you didn't think possible. And I think that's like never a bad thing, whether you agree or disagree. So anything 1.0 will drop. By the sounds of things, they make it seem closer to done than further. My guess is probably about a year, give or take, maybe a little sooner, a little later. Just got my bot handed to me in the Ashlands because I was reading chat. Yeah. I didn't even have my shield on, and we still got a nice parry off there. So we're going to get a Hilda portal down. That's what we're doing. I love it when weapons are strong enough to parry by themselves. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Hard mode in isn't the best shields fully maxed out for power things. Yeah, I mean, unless you're way over geared for the current area you're in, it's pretty rough. This is a nice spot for Hilda, isn't it? Oh, we've got a little plains here as well. This music. I don't remember this music. Honestly, I don't like it. Not the best composition, is it? Kind of a bit cringe. Don't love it. Got my current base right between Hilda and Haldor. Pretty cozy. That's cool. Anytime I've found Hilda, it's in a plains very close. No idea why that is. Well, there's literally nothing worth buying. But we did find one of the mini bosses, didn't we? Does music sound like an Irish jig? It's not far off an Irish jig. It's not quite an Irish jig, but we can actually just keep exploring, because if we die, we can just change the label, the portal at the base. Yeah, the Haldor and the Bog Witch tracks are definitely way better, I agree. I love the feast and meats so much. Amazing for culture ones. Yeah, it's all a Bog Witch, so it's so good. In fact, I forgot we were actually looking for the Bog Witch. It's just I wanted to like level up our farming and cooking situation. I actually don't think we're really yeah, we'll do this, I guess. I'm gonna say I don't think we're really in need of arrows. Actually, that looks like one of the runes that can have a Yag rune on it. One of those stone circles that can. It does, I think. Yep. That's really good. Yeah, the Bog Witch music is good. Cool. Didn't even really intend on making much progress today, honestly. Just wanted to farm and stuff. Start expanding the base. Well, that's actually big for us. Very good. Suppose there isn't really anything worth exploring for. Now we know where Yag is anyway. We could maybe come back and do a run looking for totems. I mean, maybe we can look for hard spawn totems for a little bit, actually. I wouldn't mind doing that. Oh. Didn't realize one got so close. Oh shit, I forgot to put this on. That's why I'm getting wrecked. How many hours I got? I don't know. Don't really matter. Couple of thousand or something. I can't remember where I'm at now. I'll never think the double mosquito spawns are a good idea. It's so foggy now. It's almost like no point in being here. you'll do insane more damage with frost weapons. If the enemy gets wet, by the way. So, those dumbass little goblins going in the water messed up there. Oh, look. Odin. Just saw him faintly. I think I'm just going to go back the way we came. It's not really much to say, is there? It's running through the the fog like this. Can't see anything. Probably gonna have to call it soon anyway, chat. It's getting pretty late. Don't want to keep people up and stuff. They're not aggroed on me, are they? Maybe we just sail from here. I'm just going to sail back to our last active portal. I guess we could technically get regular wood out of these pinewood trees. Thanks for the sub on YouTube, Doran. Appreciate that, mate. I think we can turn back on the chat overlay now. The guck just sort of glistening in the distance on the swamp trees is awesome looking, isn't it? Do we just come back for this, maybe? That could be a good idea. I'm stuck. Okay, cool. I'm like actually on land at least. It's gonna be days time in a sec anyway. It's just a little bit annoying, the combination of being surrounded by mobs. Being night time. They're trying to get your mats out of a boat. I don't know if there's ever really a point in killing him in this situation. When you're just like running through a swamp like this, it's kind of like, I feel like either in the swamp you clear all the enemies as you go, or you have just a gigantic horde you continuously run from until you leave. Because it can really snowball into a shit show if you just start turning around, starting to fight the giant crowd you've accumulated. Okay. We're just gonna kind of do this. Now we have a nice little portal set up. And nice big farm set up. And we got loads of iron on the way. This is quite a lot of stuff that we've done, isn't it? And we found new gluth. I was thinking it was going to be pretty slow progress. But actually, pretty good. Nice. Maybe I'll just do a little bit more with my crops and then we'll call it. And that'll be the last stream before Christmas, so hope everyone has a Merry Christmas. It is a great effect, this little +1 thing, isn't it? I think we're going to be good for carrots for a while. I want lots of onions, so I might actually buy the farming gear just for the vibes, even though it's sort of pointless. Or maybe not, I don't know. It is kind of a good vibe, maybe I'll do it. I'm just not sure how much money I'm going to end up actually spending on the bog witch when we find her, because I want to do a load of feasts. Oops. That's really annoying. Oh, wrong thing. Did they ever make like a good way to do this? To get rid of it? Or do you still just basically have to destroy it? still just have to destroy it. That's actually a weird thing. I've not done that in ages. I just accidentally double clicked. I was sort of thinking like maybe they made like a cultivator deconstruct mode or something. Well, which stuff isn't too expensive all things considered. Yeah. Guess I'll just finish off with turnips. Gonna be alright for carrots for a while. Not even sure how many carrots I'm gonna end up even using, to be honest. I'm glad we did this though. It's much more of a vibe. Yeah, I was thinking about just leaving it, so we'll be fine if we just wait. But all right. Oh, I couldn't hold it into the end of the stream. Right. I'm gonna call it. All right, everybody. Now, I probably will stream before the end of the year. So I should see you to wish you a happy new year. But this is probably going to be the last stream before Christmas. I don't think I'll be streaming for Christmas now. Maybe there's a tiny chance, but I don't think so. So I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Hope you have a good time with your family and friends. Thank you so much for supporting the content over this last year. There'll be much more talk to come in the new year. So thank you everybody from all of the well wishes and the happy holidays and Merry Christmases. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys sometime next week after Christmas. Probably the next Valheim stream. I've got family stuff this weekend myself, and I'd like to try and get a video out before then, so maybe you'll see me in video form before Christmas if there's time. Thanks, Rainer. Thanks, Thorn. Thanks, Definitely. Thanks, Royster. Thanks, Jurgen. Thanks, Wage. Night, guys. Have a good one. Bye.